Oh, hey folks, how you doing? Good evening. Paul with you. It just gets curiouser and curiouser with the people around me. I will not say anymore. Um, it is hard to deal with. Hang on a second. Oh, anyways, I am back with you here before my train of thought gets interrupted any further. I will show you later, not now. I'll make a separate video for it. I'm going to show you the perfumes I'm going to get and how much I'm going to spend on it. And it's going to be a last effort because I've already got about $6,000, maybe five in the last month. And I'm backed up. Believe me when I tell you. They started working me on this job and I don't have time to do anything now, which I'm not complaining about. It's good to make money, is it not? Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do a run of the markets and then we'll get on with the news, okay? Wait, got a minute to talk. Who is this? I don't know who that is. I don't know who it is. Let's see, we'll forget about that. They throw spam on you, I don't know what it is. Okay, we'll start out with Jam Bullion, find out what's going on there. And then we will move on. Okay, we've got gold is up $11.50 to 4,585 because gold I think was breaching $4,500 downward, so it was pretty serious. Silver is 59 cents up. It's at $78.71. Okay, so yeah, they got hit pretty hard. Silver got hit $12. It was up at almost like $88. I think it was more. So now it's been trimmed down to 78. So it may go down again. We don't know. But a real massive hit. It was like the second worst in history of recorded history. But it went up $6 in one day. I remember last week. It went down. It went up over $6 in one day. When you get that kind of action, there's big parties involved. And it's almost certain that you're going to see some sort of pendulum swing, you know. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's keep this brief, shall we? Okay, so now we will look at oil prices. I think that's the next thing that comes to mind. Okay, it's down 2% almost, $102. That's not Brent crude. That's just regular. You know what? I'm going to double check that because the other one was not accurate. All right, it's down pretty close to 2%. Brentwood crude, $112. That's all you need to know right there. Okay, so let's move on to the Dow. And you could imagine the Dow probably likes that. Let's do it. It's up 1/3 of 1%. 49,686, and the NASDAQ is probably similar. It's down 134, 0.5%, to 26,090. It's about 26,000. Okay, so there you have it. There, I think that's about it. We didn't check Bitcoin. I'll do that for you right now, and then off we go. Bitcoin is 77,100. Okay, I don't know if that's up or down. Let's take a look. I don't care. All right, let's go ahead and just get into the Drudge Report, and I'll bring you up to date. Okay, especially on that thing with Israel. Let's find out what's going on with that. Okay, the Don settles $10 billion lawsuit against USA. Creates political slush fund bankrolled by taxpayer money. Believable. Don't think that Trump is any statue of virtue. He is not. Believe me when I tell you. And I don't dislike the man, but I can see, you know, anybody who's watched him over the years. I mean, you know, all you got to do is watch that WWE thing, folks. I mean, he's going to play the game. That's what he does. He plays the game for the money. You understand? And for the power. People are calling it a stunning act of corruption. Taunts fresh impeachment. Mogg says a different kind of fading president. Approval sinks further. All right, I don't know what this is right here. It's stupid. Close Encounters of the Orange Kind. And it's got Trump here. That's obviously with a photoshopped whatever. Okay? It's an alien or whatever it is. Let's move on. USA postponing, quote, scheduled attack of Iran tomorrow, unquote, at Middle East leaders' request. Probably Israel. Let's take a look at that and see if it's Israel. Let's see if it's Israel, shall we? Trump said he is calling off a plan to attack Iran Tuesday after the heads of 3 regional powers in the Middle East asked him to hold off. Okay, Sheikh your booty, Mohammed, whatever. I don't know, and who knows, right? I mean, it's a Sheikh your booty. You know what I mean? That's all you need to know. I don't know. Who cares? Okay, U.S. aircraft to stay in Israel until end of 27. Energy crisis enters new phase as peak summer season approaches. Oil supplies, quote, declining rapidly. Folks, like I told you, I think it's just going to be like all at once or very close to all at once, like within a week. We're going to hear about this little murmurings of it, little mutterings here and there. Then all of a sudden there's going to be rationing. You mark my words. Gas prices up 56%. America's leaving USA in record numbers. Stand by, folks. I am sorry about that. Pause. I had to log somebody in here, so let's continue on here and finish this up. Okay, Americans leaving in record numbers, oil supplies declining rapidly. It's really worrying. I'm telling you, folks. They're setting us up. And they're going to do it in a way where we don't see it and we just have to comply. That's what they're going to do. And my wife is telling me they're going to do the same thing in the Philippines, only sooner. And they're starting now. They've declared an energy emergency. One of Donnie's angels, called most beautiful in the world. You wouldn't have to ask me twice to, go around with this, okay? You wouldn't have to ask me twice. Very pretty, but I've seen prettier, okay? She's pretty, though, for sure. Don insisted the war would end soon, but account in president's name buying millions in oil, defense, and gold. Of course. You get a big boner for free enterprise, right? You hate communism. Well, it's 6 of one, in my opinion, 6 of one, a half dozen of the other, unless you have $6 or $8 million in a nice $2 or $3 million home, or $5 million, $8 million home, and you can go out and invest into whatever the hell that was. Johnson & Johnson, or whatever the other ones were, where it was a forced profit for you. It's no difference, in my opinion, unless you're one of the wealthy. And it works like that with communism, too. The big eat the small. All right. Kramer left literally speechless about all this money Trump is taking in. Administration backs nuclear fusion as company tied to Trump invests in it. Showdown, Massey, who is this guy, I don't know who he is. Probably another hop off the train Republican, would be my guess. Confronts full force of Trump's wrath in primary. Is he the one that lost criticizing Trump? BJ Dunn, our vice president, makes a curious plea to, quote, vote against crazy leadership in D.C. ICE agent charged with 4 counts of assault in Minnesota, shooting of Venezuelan immigrant. You know, folks, I saw one yesterday on that TikTok, and it's all being choreographed. But you know, the woman is reading off her rights and come back when you have a judge's signed warrant. All of this kind of stuff. The simple truth is, you people are stupid dildos. That's what you are. And I was like that too for a long time. I remember in 82 and 83, they were warning us in Texas that the companies that were American hiring people, American hires, they were being bankrupted by the illegals coming over. And I didn't think much of it because we didn't see a lot of it. But we didn't see a lot of it until the 2000s, the late 90s. That's when we started seeing it in earnest, mid-90s, and it all changed. And in 2010, it just sprout like a nuclear rocket going up. So yeah, ICE officer charged with 4 counts. So folks, you can go through the warrant, this judge decision, that, and it's going to take 1,000 years to get these little things out of here. And you're not going to get them out. So save the money and stop with this ICE enforcement, and you're going to let nature take its course. And if nobody has oil to go out or gasoline, then you'll deal with it somehow that way. Or if they get your job and you don't have a job and you think you're a real great American that's been here forever and it doesn't work for you, well then something will happen there. I don't know. I mean, I'm not wishing for it to happen, but there are consequences to everything. All right, that's what I have a feeling is going to happen, but it's going to be when it gets really bad. And it's going to happen to Americans that are over there in foreign countries too. It already is. I'm told the Mexicans are not happy about the gringos being there now. Truly. I don't blame them. Okay, let's see what this says here. Charged with 4 counts of assault in Minnesota, shooting a Venezuelan immigrant. A state prosecutor said the officer fired through the front door of a residence, with the bullet going through the man's leg and lodging in the wall of a child's bedroom. The ICE officer is accused by Minnesota prosecutors of lying about the incident, was charged with assault and falsely reporting a crime. I don't know what his deal was, but there are rules to the game and they favor the immigrants. So to the ICE agents, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I'm not trying to help them. I'm not trying to help the immigrants. But it's never going to happen, folks. It's never. You're stupid dildos. You let this all come about with ample evidence, with smart people telling you about what was going to happen, and you didn't care. In fact, not only did you not care, but you were made to feel that you were superior if you supported it. So you wanted to all be superior, much like trying to beat the scam. You were all told to do it, join in. Let's not even get into it. I am so tired of having to speak like this. All right, let's get back and finish this. Tomato and beef prices notch new records. At Publix, I just came out, and they had these pretty big hamburgers, and they were $11.99 for 2 hamburgers, frozen. Not cooked, frozen. Probably 1/3 of a pound hamburgers or more each. Not cooked, raw. No bun, just the beef. Tomato and beef prices notch new records. The cool capital with the best street food in Central America. Where would that be? In Central America? Let's take a guess. Honduras, may I? Or is it that place where they speak English? I wonder. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. Best street food in Central America. Mexico City. Aztec ruins, fascinating museums. I agree. It must be interesting because the Aztec civilization was a complex one. From what I understand, they were run out of Mexico. They had to live on islands. They had grass islands in the middle of these big bodies of water. And that's how they made it. That's what I understood. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, filled with riches of antiquity, for sure. Okay. Why deepfake political ads are easily fooling older Americans. More real than real. Hold on a second, folks. Good, okay, my gate is closed. Barnes & Noble CEO back selling AI written books in stores. I would think that's a no-no. But I didn't even know that they still existed. The last time I went to one of those places, it was like fucking 18, 20 years ago, if not more. Like 98 or something? It's ridiculous. Maybe 2002, maybe, or 2003? It's like 25 years. I didn't even know they still exist. Maybe there's no brick and mortar stores. Maybe it's online. I don't know. I think they're all gone here in South Florida. You know, you got the Catwoman people and, this and that one. They were a magnet for those kind of people. You know, the overnight coast to coast deal. People. Okay, let's continue on here. We've got lots to do more. 3 killed in San Diego mosque shooting. 2 teen suspects dead from suicide, hate crime. Sheriff urges calm following report Cuban drones could hit Key West. Musk shows of biggest rocket ever created. Compares his company's work to that of Jesus. MAGA down. Embarrassing number of empty chairs at prayer event in D.C. Claims of Christian revival laid to rest as church-going falls. Massive blast shakes Israel. Doubts emerge over, quote, test narrative. Like I told you, we'll hear more about this. We'll have to wait for the movie. Because I don't want to come down on the wrong side on this one. I want to be sure about it. Massive black shake Central Israel. Let's see. Israel reports raise questions over timing, intensity, and lack of warning. Yeah, that would create panic. So I think you'd have to say something to the people. It could have been sabotage. It could have been an accident. Okay, and it was at night, which makes it even worse. Okay, so we won't know for a while. Okay, we won't know, and I won't speculate. Settlers eye Gaza, seek to expel Palestinians. Tell us something we don't know. Can you say Airbnb? Jewish lawmakers face explosion of anti-Semitism. American with Ebola and 6 others exposed being evacuated from Congo. Tick bites surge, sending many to ER. Asteroid just discovered will narrowly miss Earth. Disgraced O.J. Simpson detective Mark Fuhrman dead at 74. He was a young man during that time, but it was like over 30 years ago. It was what, like 90, 6 or something like that. It's like 30 years ago. I remember it. I remember the trial. I remember the whole thing. The head prosecuting woman was screwing the black guy, Darnell or whatever his name was. It's like a joke. It's like a fucking joke. They were all inept. It's like people I know here. Sorry, folks, this is the last one. Some attractive woman, Sweeney, is going topless with a big anaconda wrapped around her. That's a snake. World Cup tickets prices continue to plummet. Seats under $100. Is Ebola? Is Ebola? Is Ebola? Is Ebola? It's like fucking retards, folks. Learn American football. Then you can become a god like us. Oh, here's that handsome kid there. Judge blocks evidence from Mangione backpacking murder case. I hate to say this. I really do. But I hope he gets off. Okay? I mean, can you imagine the sex drive? Can you imagine how many women would pay to be with this guy? Can you imagine? You talk about the reverse? I shouldn't say that. I know he shot a woman in cold blood, didn't he? Something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry to say that, but I still hope he gets free. How do you like that? I know that makes me a terrible person. What can I tell you? Allows notebook and gun. I don't think it's going to make any difference. I think he's going to get sent up the river. FBI wants to buy nationwide access to license plate readers. That's how they got the Ayatollah, or whatever his name is, in Iran. Israel broke the code of the red light cameras, and they followed him. That's how they knew where he was. They got him. Jets crashed during air show in Idaho. Yeah, I heard 2 of them smashed, and the pilots all got out. I think there were 4 pilots. TSA allows rotisserie chickens and carry-on. French soccer star faces off against surging foe, the far right. Cubs star doubles down after telling female heckler to suck my you-know-what. B. All right. Cubs star doubling down. Well, why not? We have to have some rights here, too. Okay? Who was it? Outfielder Peter Crow Armstrong had no regrets for the profane exchange he had with a fan during a Sunday game. In the 5th inning of Sunday's game between the Cubs and the White Sox, White Sox third baseman Miguel Vargas hit a ball deep to right center field. Crow Armstrong attempted to track the ball and leaped to catch it for the out, but he ran into the outfield wall and failed to secure the ball in his glove. As a result, the White Sox scored 2 runs to tie the game. Visibly frustrated by the play, Crow Armstrong sat on the warning track with his head down. It's very dangerous. That warning track is only something like 4 or 5 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, whatever it is. And you hit that wall, folks, and you can break shoulders and this and that. It's terrible. Moments later, Crow Armstrong rose to his feet as he began jawing with the female fan. It sounds like me talking. Just feet away. He then turned away as he walked back to his spot in center field. Some lady decided to start talking shit, and I felt the need to say it back. Pete Crow Armstrong. Is this it right here? Well, let's have a look at this, okay? Why not? We'll call it quit after this, okay? Here it is. All right, here he is. He's, oh my God, maybe he got hurt too. Jesus. All right, so maybe he got hurt. Oh, that B looks like she should be out at the tennis game. Good for you. Good for you. Folks, we settled that on a weird note, but we are done, okay? Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.